And welcome back to Crypto Hulk. Oh my God. So I tried making some videos and I made some and I posted them on Twitter X and they load within 1 minute. I make those same videos, I put them on YouTube, they don't load. 20 minutes later, they don't load. Hour later, they don't load. I delete them, I reload them. I had to change the format of one. The other video, I don't think even loaded. Still sitting there showing it 34%. It's only been 10 hours ago. So I think I see how this is going. Class action lawsuit. So if there's issues with the channel, go ahead and please post them. Now, one of the things you can do, one of the things I'm going to do right now is get my phone, because even if you're on a computer, I'm going to go to my phone, delete the YouTube app right now. Do that. It asked me if I want to keep my subscription, and I put yeah. But that's when you delete the YouTube app and then reload it. Somehow it helps. I don't know why, but it just does. So as I'm speaking to you now, that's what I'm doing. So what I suggest you do is the same thing. So if you're having issues, a lot of times this eliminates about half the issues. So now my phone is reloading it. Okay, I'll finish that off later. So, in a few days, what is this Friday? So in about 1 day-ish or so from now, 1 to 2, I will be eliminating the $4.9. This is what I really think it is going on with YouTube right now. They are getting really hurt. Their feelings are hurt that we hit over the 30,000, and I'm switching up the channel membership stuff because it starting about a week ago, I started noticing funny stuff. And then last night, when these videos were not loading, like that's not possible. It's the same video. I loaded on Twitter or Facebook, 30 seconds to a minute. Bam, it's loaded. YouTube, hours and days. So I know that something's going on. And I'll be reporting to you this. That way, when or if we have to seek legal representation, then at least there'll be evidence on the channel that, oh yeah, and I took some screenshots and so forth. So make sure you upgrade your membership, and let's go on to see if they'll even allow this video to go through. We're talking about India. I will not be able to say the word, the red dragon country, because that seems to be like a real hot button for some reason. That word and being on YT causes an issue. Very interesting. The first few people on the show are TK, Biff Rod, Edward Barecki. Oh, I'm in the new place where I'm living. Still kind of getting my room set up, but this room will always be kind of like there's some junk sitting around just because there's wires and lights and stuff going on. So I'm working on some other things, but yeah, I'm finally like in. Edward Barecki, Robert Egizio, Andy Arbai, gotcha. Okay, JP Morgan's not going bankrupt. Frank G.I. Joe, you're watching scam videos somewhere. So just kind of don't watch those. Pays and Maz upgraded their membership. You got Geo here, MK_P, Helio Bob, Danny Boy, Deck Billy. And let's see. Jeff, welcome to the channel. Duke Craft, Welcome to 2024 crypto explosion by Joe. Stephen Morris. Trump announced he will never support a CBDC if he's president. I saw that yesterday. Not gonna totally get into it or nothing, but a lot of times, hey, he'll do what he has to. I mean, if Trump gets elected, I hope. So I want to put that out there. Do I think he will? There's a lot of election manipulation. I was watching something, and some guy's like, "Oh yeah, I'm a programmer, or something, and I helped rig a certain election like 10 years ago or something." And he was like totally honest about it. There's statute of limitation, so after like 7 years, you could admit, unless it's there's certain crimes where there's not a statute of limitation. I don't want to mention those words on my show because the YT communist police will do bad stuff for the channel. But yeah, normal statutes, I think about 7 years. So after that, the guy could admit, yeah, I helped rig this election. And we had these software programs, and da-da-da. He went on to totally explain what he did. And he's like, the election officials will never know that I did it. So yeah. And what do we got here? Jeff says, paying it forward for my gifted membership from MCP. All right, let's get into this. I finally found the connection. This is what, okay. I don't know if it's this particular story. It is. I made a test video last night. I made a test video. I just showed the Crypto Hulk, the crypto crib. I made a picture of the crypto crib. I made a video of it, and that seemed to post last night. Then I make a video of this show. I made two of them. Only one of them posted. The other one's showing 34% loaded after like, I don't know, 7 hours. So I must have really came up on something because the advertisement, the video I make, usually advertise the show, will not post on YT. And I'm like, oh, I must be onto something here, right? That's how it works. So today, when I go over this information, I'm going to be very careful on like what I say. I don't know if you'll get the links. If there's no links in the top chat, that's worth complaining about, so I can get it on record that, oh, there's no links for the show, it's not appearing. Then at least we have records that I have paying members. I have paying members that are not getting from YT what they're paying for. That's illegal. Okay. Jeff gave 5 people memberships. Journey 80, Ike, Nano Ghost, Sanjay, Ashai 317. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, there we go. Now, I wonder if men in dark uniforms. Here's what Herb Rice says. I wonder if men in dark uniforms come to visit Hulk's old place just after he moved out. Oh man, that'd be a good one. No record of any show last night. Right. I did not make a show last night. I was in the process of moving and I was like really tired. All right, let's find out why is YT so against this topic today. I got to speak in code on this particular program because we're moving very close to the communist state of America. All right, here we go. So there's a country, and it's called India. And according to this article, so this all should not be censored because this is like public information. So India partners Google Pay to take UPI global. Now this is very, very important. I want you to know in this article here, it's a short article. It's not that long. I mean, I could read it in about 1 to 2 minutes. Probably, yeah, something like that. India partners Google. Now, look, for the longest time, I've tried to find a connection between that particular country. Cut. This is how I have to censor things. I know that I really found something because they won't even play the video. Like I make 1 to 1.5 minute videos sometimes. They won't even let this thing load. Load. They will not let it load. So I'm like, I was very frustrated. I was doing this send feedback like 5 times to YT on why is this video not loading. I went to Facebook, hit the send button, it loaded in 30 seconds. YouTube, here we are 7 hours later, still loading. I mean, it keeps going up a little bit, but it's slow, slow. So I'm like thinking to myself, I must have really found something here because they will not let this short video advertisement go. India partners Google Pay to take up UPI Global. UPI Global is a company for payments in India. Now I'm trying to show you something here. I'm going to be careful what I'm saying. India is joined with our favorite #1 crypto. Okay. I haven't seen really evidence of it for 4 years, but I finally found it. Okay. Now, this article is about Ripple, but in this article, they don't mention it at all. But don't worry, that's why I'm here. I'm gonna show you the connections. So if you were a normal person, which I'm not, but if you were a normal person were to read this article right here, there's nothing at all about Ripple. So the haters be like, "Oh, there's nothing there about Ripple," and that's absolutely true. There's not, but there's partnerships that Ripple has that link it, that connect it to India. So I finally found the proof. Okay. Now, I'm all about there's a certain coalition of countries, some people call them BRICS. um, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. I'm going to be showing you connections here in this video in just a minute. India partners Google Pay. Now, one thing I've shown you on the show that particular software company has been a Google Ripple partner from day one. Okay, I'll show the evidence here in a minute. Back in 2013, that particular software company is on Ripple's webpage. Okay, they took it off after like a couple years, but I've been showing that screenshot for at least a year now. India's now listen. There's a company called NPCI. Um, India's NPCI. Here we go. Is joining forces with Google Pay. Now, what the article doesn't show you is that Google Pay is backing Ripple. Oh. And I have a website to show you from 2014 where it shows that particular software company is a partner with Ripple. I'll show you all the evidence as we go. It's all connected. India's NPCI is joining forces with Google Pay to bring its hugely popular UPI, which is Unified Payments Interface, to other countries. Oh, wait a second, Crypto Hulk. So you've got India and Google, who's a Ripple partner, spreading their payments, their payment business to other countries. Yes. So what I'm going to continue because this is a little bit launched in 2016. The UPI has been central to India's efforts to use digital payments to boost financial inclusion and has now handled well over 100 billion transactions. Now, what I did is I did a Wikipedia on UPI, and it comes back. Now listen to this. Now UPI is this digital, let's call it crypto payment system, okay? UPI is a crypto payment system. Now I found this fascinating when I did a little Wikipedia search on UPI. From what I understand, it came out in 2009. Well, G Crypto Hulk, that's just when Bitcoin came out. Oh yeah. Now in the Wikipedia, it also talks about 2012. I forgot, it was yesterday when I read it. I'd have to pull the article up again, which I'm not. Well, 2012 is interesting because that's when like Ripple hit the scene. And from what I understand, this India crypto payment network is way advanced more than any other in the world. I'm like, what? Oh yeah. Well, let's continue. Let me check the comments here real quick. See if there's any issues with the channel. Don't just take screenshots. Also include some unedited video taken in one take. Yeah. We got to decipher the double speaking lizard talk, folks. Brian Hofer? Brian, good morning. Okay, let me go back. You got Kurt Scott there. There we go. He's got the beer, the hard shots. I don't. He's got coffee, and I don't see a donut this morning. All right, I got to focus. So, in 2020, the NPCI Google partner, which is Ripple partner, the NPCI set up a subsidiary to push the UPI as well as RuPay card network. That's RU and then Pay, PAY, outside of India. Now the international arm has linked a memorandum of understanding with Google Pay India. Oh, Google Pay India. So I want you to see something now. You've got Google, Google Pay India working together. And then you got Google, who's a Ripple partner, and Google that backs Ripple. Okay. And I've got some evidence here to show you with that. Um, First, it seeks to broaden the use of UPI payments for travelers outside of India, enabling them to make transactions abroad. Second, it intends to assist in establishing UPI like digital payment systems in other countries. Are you hearing this? Lastly, it'll offer the use of UPI infrastructure for cross border remittances. This is like very massive right now. What I found, this is why this video never would load last night. What we got is you got the country of India, like I said, in 2009, the same year that Bitcoin just somehow popped up, India's massive payment system popped up. Now, this payment system is working with Google, and Google is totally in partnership with Ripple. I'll be showing this evidence here in just a little bit. Now they're talking about India's payment system extending to other countries of the world. Very interesting. It just so happens that right now, India is in charge of the G20. What that is are the top 20 countries in the world. They meet and set rules for everybody. India is a part of that. Actually, it might have just switched. India was last year. I don't know who is in charge of the G20 this year. Before it was India, I think it was Indonesia, and then just India in 2023. So starting in 2024, they have a new one. So I have to stand corrected on that, I believe. The guy's name is Ritesh Shukla. NPCI International Payments Limited says, we are pleased to team up with Google Pay to propel UPI onto the global stage. This strategic partnership will not only simplify foreign transactions for Indian travelers, but will also allow us to extend our knowledge and expertise of operating a successful digital ecosystem to other countries. It says here, Google Pay India adds, UPI has demonstrated to the world the step change that happens in economies with the introduction of, here we go, interoperable. Well, that's a Ripple word right there. Interoperable. We're talking about cross-border payments. You got Google's a Ripple partner involved in this. And actually, Google backs, they back Ripple. They support Ripple. It's not just they're working on a project together. Google actively supports Ripple. Okay? I'll show you that evidence too. It talks about here that Google Pay India is involved with the introduction of interoperable population scale crypto infrastructure, and each economy that joins such networks will create impact beyond the sum of parts. We are very excited about the scope of this collaboration. Now I'm going to begin to show you Alfredo Abadia. Thank you very much for that donation. Appreciate that. Now, what somebody's going to say is, well, who's not a Ripple partner? It's going to be pretty much everybody. Here, let me go to the next. Here's a truth bomb right here. Let me do a copy and a paste. Google is a member of the Hedera Governing Council. Says Citrus. So Google is a member of Hedera Hashgraph Crypto Governing Council. Well, looky right here. HDFC Bank joins Ripple Payment Network. Who is HDFC? India's largest private bank, Ripple partner. Now I'm starting to drop all the truth bombs right now. Copy. Robert Driscoll, thank you very much for supporting the channel. Go India! Let's look at the next truth dropping here. India's second largest private bank joins Ripple. So now India's number one, number two bank are working with Ripple. Here's a copy and a paste. Here's your next one. Now, if you go to the 7-second mark, what you're going to do, I made a video, and you're going to see that this is a Ripple Labs Meet the Team. This is like 2013-14. If you start the video, I mean, you can clearly see when I started the video, actually it's, go to the 24-second mark. Yeah, not the 7-second, the 24-second mark. When you go to the 24-second mark, you're going to see in the upper left that this is clearly a Ripple Labs Meet the Team web page. It's not showing us the date right now, but if you watch the whole video, I think I probably panned the camera. Anyway, this is probably 2013-14. What are we seeing here at the 24-second mark? The word Google. Under Meet the Team, You see Apple, Elon, Boku, Google, Microsoft. You see NASA, really? The New York Federal Reserve. You see a three-letter spy agency. Now, I can't say the national, and I can't say security, and I cannot say agency, but they're right there. You're going to see Square and then Twitter as well. All of this is planned out. We're going to focus on Google, okay? Because we're reading an article on how Google is helping India with their payment system. And so it's called Google India Pay, okay? Well, we see another connection with Google, and it has to do with, I can't say the name of, this might also be setting off a flag. It's called Cody, and then I'm going to say us. So Cody, and then I'm not going to say us. And what that is, is the master controller of all the internet cryptos. All right. What the Cody does, Ripple invented the Cody, and what it does is helps smart oracles run platforms. That's what makes Ripple interoperable. That's why in this article with India, we see the word interoperable, because that's what Cody, and I'm not going to say us, does. Ripple is partnering with fill in the blank. Somebody said down there. So you see an article here explaining what Cody and then us is. In like the very first paragraph, I'm not going to read it. It says overview. The last sentence of this paragraph says Cody, and I'm not going to say us, which uses Google's native client right there. So now there's the Google tie-in to Ripple's Cody, I'm not going to say us. And now we know that Google Pay is partnered with India. Okay, Crypto Hulk. So now, Crypto Hulk, show us. I mean, you showed us the web page where you got Google and we're working with Ripple Labs, but give us a little something more than that. Well, you're a greedy little fucker, aren't you? Heads up, see, upgraded the membership. Okay, so if you're one of these people that say, well, Crypto Hulk, I know it shows Google Labs and Ripple Labs is there and it showed Google, but just do you got something even more solid than that? Of course, how about this title? Google-backed payment company Ripple. Let me repeat that for people that are kind of slow that demand Crypto Hulk just show more stuff. Okay. Heavy mouth breathing, knuckle dragging people, listen up. Google backed payment company Ripple. I mean, is it any more fucking clear than that? If it's not clear to you, you've got some kind of problem that I cannot help you with. There's counselors and neuro brain scan imaging experts. You probably have to have a scan to see if your brain is even in your head. It's probably in the planet Uranus. Google-backed payment company Ripple is in talks with NPCI. Oh, dang, Crypto Hulk. You just showed us the link where you got Google partnered with India. Here we have Google partnered with Ripple and the NPCI, which is an Indian company. Oh my God, Crypto Hulk, you just linked it all together. The missing link. Now, I don't believe in evolution. I was created by a higher power, but other people out there believe in evolution. But what the evolution never could show is how we went from monkeys to people. That's called the missing link. Now, there's been some people in my life, I'm telling you, they look like they came from a monkey. All right. So I kind of believe maybe evolution might be true because looking at some human beings, just the way they act, I've seen one dude had this low protruding jaw and his slanted back forehead with the bushy hair. I'm like, his ancestors could have been some kind of ape or something. Like, but this was in high school, by the way. So now I've just proven to you. So what is all this? This article here is about 6, 7 years old. Google-backed payment company Ripple. So now we have proof that Google and Ripple are working together because it's a Google-backed company. Ripple is a Google-backed company. It says Google-backed payment company. Google backs Ripple's payments. This is the evidence right there. And 7 years ago, they were working with NPCI of India for account-to-account transfers globally. So I want you to see, we just got done reading an article on how India's global payment system is cross-border, and they're starting to allow other countries to use it. Because I just showed you proof here that Google is working with Ripple, who then is working with India's NPCI for the past 7 years. Ripple has been working with India for the past 7 years. See, it says Google-backed payment company Ripple is in talks with NPCI, not Google. Ripple is in talks 7 years ago with NPCI for what? Banks for account-to-account transfers globally. Oh my God, Crypto Hulk, you're killing it. I'm going to read just a little bit of this article. So, this is out of Mumbai. Google-backed payment company Ripple is in talks with banks in India. 7 years ago, National Payments Corporation of India, NPCI, to facilitate account-to-account transfers globally without having to be a part of any payment network. Listen to this. Axis Bank and Yes Bank are the first India banks to come on board with Ripple. That's pretty amazing. So now we have Ripple talking with basically the government of India, and you've got India's #1 bank, Ripple partner, which is HDFC. Ripple, India's #2 bank, Kotak Mahindra, Ripple partner. 7 years ago, Ripple, which is Google backed, is working with the country of India's National Payments Corporation of India, and they're working with Axis Bank and Yes Bank with that. Very, very interesting that I just really found this out. It's old news. I've never seen this, and that's why I just find it very interesting. So now I finally got proof. Now, India is one of those Brics coalition members, right? You know, the Brics and all that. So, what kind of sense does this make? Think about this now. You got India, who is tied in to Ripple, Google backed Ripple. You got the #1 and #2 bank in India working with Ripple. Yes Bank and Axis Bank are working with this cross-border payment stuff, the NPCI, that's cross-border payment. Ripple partner with India. I got verified evidence right now. It's verified, totally verified, verified. But it's a BRICS nation, right? Think about this now. Huh. Now, I've got more connections. I'm going to show you this screen connection here. Hold on a minute. So I made a video a while back. Let's go to I made a 3-minute, 20-second video. Go to the 2-minute, 54-second mark. 2-minute, 54 seconds. Okay, now we're seeing Brazil. There's a company called Ripex. What we're seeing here is this. This is the International Ripple Business Association. We're seeing this from like 2014. What are we seeing? We're seeing Brazil, one of the BRICS coalitions, BRICS, B for Brazil, right here, Ripple partner. Next, there's a country called Russia. We haven't shown that yet. I'll show you here in a minute. India, we just went over India because it's part of the BRICS coalition, right? Now, the next one is Ripple, and I can't say chai, and I'm not going to say no. So of the BRICS, you got Brazil, Russia, India, China. Oh, I just said it. South Africa. Right here is your C. The BRICS letter C. It's right here. There's two examples. You have Ripple and then C and then the letter N. That's for the Chinese money. And next to it's a little bit faded. It's Ripple. You see the logo with that country, the red dragon right there? All right. Lastly, on this little deep dive that I opened the show with, I'm going to show you Russia right here. No other channel's got this information, by the way. I got it just for you because you're all special. I'm showing you all these connections. You know what's fascinating about this channel is that I've got all the connections no other channels have. I'm not talking about on YouTube. I'm talking just like nowhere on the internet. What you're watching right now is a deep dive channel showing you direct connections with all the BRICS coalition except South Africa. I haven't quite got that nailed down yet. That's the last one. They're being real sneaky because they're in tight with the Chinese. And when you're dealing with the Chinese, then yeah, but I mean, how many channels, honestly, have shown you these connections? Zero. So right here, the video that I sent you, go to the 50-second mark. 50, 50-second. What do we see? There's a video on, well, it's showing the Ripple logo, and it says Ripple RU. That's Russia. Now, you remember in India, that first article, they had RU Pay. Well, look at it right here. RU, Ripple RU. I just showed you RU Pay, right? Now, whether it's the same thing as Russia, maybe it's short for rupee. I don't know. I'll let speculators speculate. But we have something here called Ripple RU. And we're talking about India and the BRICS coalition. And India had something called RU Pay. And we're looking at here is RU. I don't know. I don't know everything. I just find evidence. It doesn't mean I know everything. It's just I find evidence. So there you go. That's your first article. Let me check the top chat and then we'll go to the next news article. Sean B for the verification. Get verified. Sean B is verified. Bill Quackenbush, thank you very much for that donation there, buddy. Crypto She-Hulk is there. Let's see. Deck Billy. F fluoride. Apes strong together, said solid Snecky. If we came from apes, there wouldn't be any apes. Oh my God. Glad to see the couch is back. I brought the couch. Had my friend come over. We put the couch together. It doesn't fully work, like the legs extending. I'm not putting in any more time to the couch. At least the couch is here. it breaks up into three parts. We hooked it all up and went underneath the couch. We flipped it back and put screws and stuff and tried to. Then we realized it was all backwards. And I'm like, fuck. So we spent 2 hours trying to put this couch together. Yeah, that's why I couldn't have a morning or afternoon shows. I was busy doing stuff in the house. But the couch alone took 2 hours and it still doesn't work. So I'm gonna move on. I'm like, I could put a great show together, but I can't put a couch together with somebody else helping me. It's just I hate I can't put shit together for real. Hulk inspirational. But I got the couch. That's the most important thing. VeChain is another important thing. We're gonna go over VeChain right now. It's a crypto that I have. I only have two cryptos, XRP, and my backup will be VeChain. My name is Crypto Hawk. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor. Don't don't buy anything that I tell you to do. Don't do anything I tell you to do. I'm the biggest liar on crypto media shows. I got the most scammy stuff. Stay away from everything on this channel. VeChain, here's the title. VeChain is going to launch smart contract wallets. I've never heard this before. I see this opening up the doorway for VeChain to be used on a global basis. So VeChain is going to launch smart contract wallets, connecting billions of people and companies for mass adoption and blockchain leadership. Here we go. Now, here's the deal. I know, okay, so I got Ripple because it's an American company, and I use that term very loosely, company. I'm not going to get into, I'm not going to do it. Crypto Hulk, don't do it. VeChain is more of, they've got a lot of maybe Chinese involvement. So here's the deal. I already know there's probably going to be either one or two countries ruling the world, United States or China. So since Ripple's an American company, when I first got into crypto, let's say I bought 10,000 XRPs, right? Later, I wanted to hedge my investment. So I knew that China was kind of involved with VeChain. So that's why I got, let's say, 10,000 VeChain. So I got the same number of XRP as VeChain. So I'm kind of betting on if the US wins or if China wins, then I've got crypto that, because that country I just talked about, the Red Dragon one, is heavily deep into VeChain. So that's why I kind of got both sides. If either side wins, I win. Okay, VeChain has made plans to launch smart contract wallets. And it says here the wallet will amplify its supply chain offerings and enterprise solutions across the board. VeChain, a prominent player in the blockchain space, is gearing up for the introduction of smart contract wallets, a development set to connect billions of people and companies worldwide. You go down below here, it says VeChain unveils account abstraction. What is that? What is account abstraction, Crypto Hulk? Well, I'm going to tell you. The announcement, highlighted by the popular VeChain community member Eisenreich. Oh, one of those. Eisenreich. Oh, do you know Eisenreich? He's on X. This person reveals that VeChain is on the verge of introducing account abstraction. This development will pave the way for the utilization of smart contract wallets, opening up exciting possibilities for both developers and users. Eisenreich expressed optimism about the future, noting the potential for widespread adoption. Oh. Now listen to this. It's an ERC The introduction of ERC 4337 account abstraction showcases Vechain's commitment to security, a crucial aspect of blockchain technology. This innovation brings forth programmable smart contract wallets, a feature that promises to enhance user experience within the Vechain ecosystem. It says right here, in collaboration with Electi Consulting, Vechain is currently undergoing a comprehensive audit of the smart contracts associated with AA, the reputable cybersecurity company Hacken. It's called Hacken, not Kraken. This meticulous approach ensures that the core account abstraction contract will meet the highest standards before being made available on testnet and mainnet. Talks about a user-friendly interface of smart contract wallets strives to bridge the gap between traditional users and the complexity of blockchain promoting widespread adoption. Let me look through here real quick. Now, here's just an example. They're trying to make this easy for us to understand. The platform collaboration with the coffee industry, allowing consumers to trace journey of coffee beans from production to distribution, exemplifies the practical application of blockchain in promoting transparency and consumer confidence. Let me tell you what, they're not just going to track coffee. They're going to track yous and me's. Okay. That's how all this stuff starts off. Well, Crypto Hulk, why'd you invest in something where people they're going to use for tracking people? I'm going to make money on this. See, if I'm going to be a slave, I'd rather make money off it and get millions and then be a slave rather than be broke and then be a slave. Got it? Okay. I mean, you don't have to invest in any kind of crypto. You're still going to be a slave. So I'd rather at least have a bunch of money and have some good times before I'm a slave than just be broke and then move into slavery. I mean, that's just how I think. You don't have to think like that at all. You can be broke and then become a slave. I mean, it's your choice. I'd rather make money off the deal first, tell you the truth. Maybe get a house or two or an apartment complex or something before I'm forced to be a slave in this new world. And I'm not going to say order. Okay. Moreover, Vechain has previously collaborated with industry giant Google, who just happens to be a Ripple partner. They emphasize the practical applications of smart contracts beyond token speculation. Are you hearing me? Speculate. That's what we have now. Vechain is working with Google to foster a new relationship through tokenization, but not speculation tokenization. All right. Talks here about Google's cloud blockchain node engine. I will leave the Google Vechain article at this. I just want you to see Vechain's a small little company. The reason I got it is because of that. It's small. I'd rather buy it when it's low rather than buy it when it's high. All right. Let me see here. Citrus says, I believe XLM is involved in tracking produce in South America, if I remember correctly. All right. Let's look at an article. Oh, I got a good one here for you. Good old Justin Sun. Let's go to this one. Justin Sun resurrects Tron Foundation amid an SEC trial storm. Justin Sun is a guy that was at Ripple from day one. Um, we're talking like 10 years ago. I'm going to tell you about him. He's somebody you need to kind of keep an eye on. Justin Sun, the prominent figure behind the blockchain Tron, has once again delayed the scheduled trial on charges of fraud and market manipulation. This marks the third postponement. So it looks like Justin's in a court process and he keeps delaying the court process. I'm not saying whether he's right or wrong. I'm just saying he delays the process of him being in court. He has an ongoing legal battle. Sun has so at one point he shut down his crypto called Tron. I don't know all the reasons and stuff. The SEC is claiming he's doing illegal stuff. But Tron, the foundation, is in Singapore. Stop for a minute. Ripple had something called Ripple Singapore. They currently have it. It's in use. I don't know by who. It's kind of like a secret project now. But I won't really get into that. But you could type in Ripple and then Singapore and look it up on my show. I made a short version, like a 2-minute version, and which I just showed you earlier. And then I make like a 45-minute version of Ripple Singapore. No other channel has shown that, by the way. They had gold, silver, crypto. It was like a crypto exchange. Ripple had this in another country where you could buy gold and buy silver. Oh, yeah. And they even had a debit card as well. But that's all secret. That's only special to my channel. No other channel has that on the internet. Well, you got to turn the ringer off. Let's start with here. The legal saga began in March of 2023 when the U.S. SEC filed a lawsuit implicating Justin Sun along with Soulja Boy. So Justin Sun is working with this guy named Soulja Boy from 2007. I guess he was popular. I think he had like one song. But anyhow, let's move on. The lawsuit alleges potential market manipulation involving Tron and BitTorrent. Okay. He was working with some rapper guy named Soulja Boy and then some guy named Austin Mahone. Austin Mahone made a deal with the SEC, but Justin Sun and Soulja Boy are going to Superman that hoe. I mean, I was just using some lyrics from the song, not a big deal. Never mind, it was a bad joke that went real south quick. Mahone broke his silence a week later, making it clear that he intended to contest the SEC charges. So Justin Sun took a different approach, initially not responding to Mahone's default ruling. He broke a silence a week later, making it clear he's going to fight the charges. Mahone, I guess, caved in. Yeah, Mahone opted for a settlement in August 2023. Thought I turned that off. So I just thought I'd leave it at that. Now, why is Justin Sun so important? I'll show you here, right here. He's very, very, very important. I know the article doesn't make him sound like he's important, but oh, he's very important. We're going to find out right now. Because I'm the only one who has this on the internet, by the way. What we have here, is a 58-second video that I made. Go to the 27-second mark. 27-second mark. All right, we're taking it back to probably 2014. This is a Ripple page I got this off of. The website no longer exists, but I have the kind of like part of the website. It says this: Justin leads Ripple Labs day-to-day business in the greater, and I can't say China region. That's what he did. Justin's son worked for Ripple day-to-day, and he worked in the greater Red Dragon country. Imagine that. In 2014, Justin's son's job was to hook up. Think about it. Ripple, an American company. I want you to think about this critical thinking time right now. Think about, like, why would our government allow? I don't know. I just show the evidence. I don't have all the answers, everybody. Why would our government allow Ripple to go into the greater Red Dragon country, have a guy like Justin teach them all about Ripple and XRP and payment systems? 10 years ago, everybody. They've been working on this for 10, this master plan. You know, maybe they want us to think that that country is our enemy. But why would we send over people there, right? So is that country really our enemy? It looks like that on the news, but how is our government allowing this to happen? Now, I'm not going to get into anything on this show because we're starting to get into like a real hot topic right now. So I think it's a good segue to move to another another article here. So I'm going to wrap up that news article and kind of just leave you with that thinking like, oh my God. I know it's crazy. Um, yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'm going to burn through this article real quick. This will be the last one. Quantum computing again. Here we go. You know, there's something going on with this quantum computer stuff. I really think there's going to be like some kind of a quantum hack. Now, because I've never seen anything about a quantum computer in the 4 years that I've studied crypto. And they might have mentioned it every now and then, maybe, just real briefly. But now, I'm telling you what, every day, 5 articles on quantum computers. Oh, we just discovered this today. Tomorrow, there's another discovery that just been made. I mean, this is not normal. To me, this is like what's being set up, okay? So, it's interesting to me how in the 4 years that I've been in crypto, all of a sudden now, I'll tell you what, like I said, every day I can see 5 articles on quantum computing pop up. Some brand new discovery. Either quantum computing on a satellite or whatever, just like I'm seeing all the stuff. And then every now and then I hear a story of will quantum computers be able to hack the current system? It's almost like they're kind of warming us up for a quantum global hack. That's what I truly believe. Now, in this article here, quantum computing firm Quantinuum valued at $5 billion. That's like half the value of Ripple. Now, what's interesting is you got JP Morgan mixed up in this and a company that I mentioned a while back. It's called Honeywell. Now, if you know anything about quantum computers, is they get very hot. And if you're not cryogenically freezing them, they can melt and burn up. So that's why, now I'm going to be careful here. At the North Pole, I won't mention the name of the country. I believe it, or is that the South Pole? Antarctica. There's a lot of secret stuff going on down in the Ant country. All right. Now we know that quantum computers need to be cold. So that would be a great place to run a lot of quantum computers down in the snow country there. Also, think about it. Outer space is very cold. That's why all these quantum computers, this is my belief that all these satellites that Mr. Elon is sending up, I don't know how many are quantum, but that would be a great place to send a computer that needs to be cold all the time into outer space. Now, we know in this article, I'm not going to read the article because I got to turn off this show. JP Morgan's involved in this along with Honeywell. Remember those two, JP Morgan, Honeywell, quantum computers. Now, I showed you earlier, remember NASA? NASA was a 2013 or 14 partner with Ripple. Think about this now. Why would a company, well, let's think about this. Twitter is also, I sent you the Ripple Labs page, meet the team and all that. NASA is right there. And if you look on that video again, so is Twitter. I know that back then Twitter was owned by Jack Dorsey. I don't need to be reminded of that. I'm not fucking stupid. So back in the day, Twitter was right there. It's always been Twitter's plan. You'll see. Now all of a sudden Twitter's called X. That's just a coincidence, right? That it used to be called Twitter. Now it's completely called X. Twitter's been a partner of Ripple from day one, and it just is another coincidence that Twitter's getting into payments just like XRP. Just a coincidence, Crypto Hulk. Means nothing at all. Twitter becomes known as X, and we call XRP XRP. And XRP is a payment company. Now Twitter's trying to be a payment company. But it's just a coincidence, Crypto Hulk. There's nothing in there that says Twitter is working with XRP. Okay. All right. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want your feelings to get hurt, so I won't say nothing. So let's look at JP Morgan and Honeywell in the next article here. I'm just going to show you a connection. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Okay, what are we looking at? We're looking at Honeywell. And it says here, sectors of space. Discover why Honeywell has been part of every NASA crewed space mission for almost 60 years. Honeywell is tied in with NASA. What did I just get done saying? Ripple, partner from day one, NASA. Honeywell's mixed up in all this. Quantum computer stuff. Elon Musk is sending stuff into outer space, satellites and stuff. Well, that's dealing with NASA. Yep. So here's what I'm showing you right here. I'll show you again the web page so you can see it for yourself. Here we go. It's a 58-second video again. Go to the 19-second mark. And then go ahead and hit play if you want. But you'll see Google is right there. But you'll see NASA. And if you let the video play a little bit at the end, it'll say Twitter. So there's all your 2014 Ripple partners. Now, last bit of evidence is the JP Morgan tie-in. We just saw where JP Morgan is mixed in with Honeywell. Honeywell is all mixed in with NASA. NASA is a Ripple partner. Twitter's right there. Look at this last one right here. Ripple partner and JP Morgan join forces in the United Arab Emirates, right there. So now JP Morgan is using Ripple technology. There's your connections. Crypto She-Hulk leaves us a message. You got mad skills, Hulk. Why? Because your heart soul has a passion for knowledge and sharing it with others, while your intelligent brain has the drive and determination to back it all up. You got to back that thing up. I'm shorter than you. Thanks for that donation. No way you're talking about Soldier Boy. That's too funny. Superman, that hoe. I think that'll do it. Let me read a couple comments and then we're done. In drawings, put an X in place of eyes means dead. Oh. And that'll be all. Today's show's over. You can't stay here, but you don't have to go home. I think I'm gonna wrap this show up. I'm gonna see about a Friday night show. I don't know for certain. I'm pretty done with moving a lot of stuff in, but still, I don't know if I'll be able to make a show this evening. So if I'm able to, I'll try to give you it might be like a last minute show too. I don't know because I got some things I got to do today. Um, but I will try my best. If I can, I will look for some news and report that to use. See you in my next broadcast.